Hey everyone, so these are all my palettes in these two containers, and I'm going to show you guys each of the palettes. And I decided to do this one by itself as another video because I have to sit there and open it all, so that's going to take up some time since my editing skills aren't like amazing yet. I figured I would just go through them with you and in a separate video. So. Plus, when I talk, I feel like I say what I want to say, so I'm not good at editing out because I don't know what needs to be in it, what doesn't, and I just rather keep the bloopers in because I'm zany like that. But let me get a few things out to start. First, I have my my two beauty black books collections from e.l.f. The first one is the Cool collection. Very pretty collection. Obviously it's cool because the colors are cooler toned. And the next one is the Warm collection. I'm pretty sure you can figure out it's because it's warmer toned. Very pretty. A lot of your neutral colors will be in this one. Then I have the Urban Decay palette. Just an eyeshadow palette. I think it's just a self-titled palette. And this part's wood. It's really cool. And then this just slides out. I don't want the brush to fall out of it. And you have, let me see how am I going to do this? There we go. So you have a mirror over here, which I'm going to block just to keep this in. And here's all your colors. Twice Baked. What is it? VZI. I'm just going to read them across and show you. VZI, Grifter, Flipside, and YDK. In the bottom, you have Midnight Cowboy Rides Again, Flash, Oil Slick, Kiddie Pool, and Half Baked. And that's it for this palette, and this just closes like that. And then I have my Inglot palette. Starting from this side, this is $3.95 at Pearl. $3.51 matte, 30 AMC shine, $3.90 matte, and $4.63 DS. This is $4.61 DS. This is $4.05 Pearl. This is $3.63 matte. This is $52 AMC, and this is $4.59 DC. And this just magnetizes together. It's a really strong magnet. Instead of trying to pull it off like this, push on the side to slide it. And here's all your colors. I made myself a neutral palette. I do wish I went back in the bottom row of all these darker colors. I do wish I went in and put actual colors and left the top matte colors, because those are pretty good for your lid by themselves. I might have kept this one too. I just wish these oh Jesus. By the way, the little tins here are magnetic, so it'll stick if you're not careful. But I do wish I replaced the dark color and the other four dark colors in there, because I really don't use them. They're too dark for me. But it's a good quality eyeshadow. Then is my Too Faced Natural Eye, and this is one of the first Too Faced palettes because it has, when you lift it up, it has the little drawer in the front, which I guess the new ones don't have this drawer anymore. And that little drawer just has your brush in it. Okay, and here's all the colors. You got In the Buff, Pillow Talk, Like a Virgin, Birthday Suit, Satin Sheets, Unmentionable, Pink Cheeks, Lap Dance, and Stiletto. And then you have, I didn't know this for the longest time, but when you first get this, in this top corner here, it has cards. Now this is Day, Classic, and Fashion. So Day, Classic, and Fashion. And each one of these cards, you have a look, and this one's Day, Classic, and Fashion. So you use all the colors, and it has it in French on the back, which is nice, but it has it in English on the front, which is cool, so you can see how the look is supposed to be. And then I have my Sigma Bear palette, which I'm going to try to do Emma's look with it. And when I get to the bigger palettes, I'm not going to go through all the names, but since these only have a few in them, I'm going to go through it. And don't mind the one got messy. The black smudged. First off, you do have a Sigma brush. I got for the bare one, I got the E30 and E25. The E30 is a little pencil brush. The E25 is a blending brush. And then you have Shine, Control, Snoop, Hitch, Act, Command, Elope, and Approach. Elope and Approach. Really pretty colors, a really nice neutral palette. It's a basic palette for anyone who's looking for a good basic eye color palette. Next is, if I can get it out, my BHCosmetics palette where I sat there, and it's the 15 color palette by BHCosmetics, and it's the one where you pick out your own eyeshadows. Now, I don't remember what's what. I just try to organize it in here so it looks nice. But I got mattes, I got shimmers, I got a little bit of each. I don't know exactly which one's which, but I got a bunch of blues and neutrals because I love blue. So I got all my neutrals up there. The whites, the neutrals for my natural eye, and I got these really pretty blue shades just because they looked amazing and I wanted to get them. And this last shade is silver. So this was one of the 15 Pick Your Own palettes, which is a really cool thing. And then I have two of my older e.l.f. palettes from like 2 Christmases ago, I think. I'm probably going to get rid of them soon. But this is the Smoky Edition and the new Natural Edition. I got these at like Walgreens. They're like $5 and they're just beauty encyclopedias. I don't want to open those up because they create a mess, and you've seen them in other videos. So those ones I'm going to leave shut. Oh, hold on. And then lastly, another palette I really haven't got to play too much around with. But I did do a look off of this, I believe. It's my Lauren Luke palette. And this is the my Vintage Glam. And it came with a gloss, which is in my other drawer. But you have 2 different shadow primers, an eyeshadow, and then a big blush. This is your big main eyeshadow and blush. Then you get this cream liner, these 2 eyeshadows. Yeah. And then these 2 lip colors, and it all works together to mix and match. So that's a really good palette from Lauren Luke. Now next is my big palettes. I have 2 DD Factory palettes. This is I guess they changed the look to look more like BHCosmetics, because this is their old palette with color, and this is what it looks like now. And this is the color palette I've shown you guys before. The colors, ooh, apparently I just want to knock you over. The colors aren't named or anything, so I'm just going to show you the palette. This is what the color palette looks like. Some of them broke. I've used a lot. It's just a huge palette. I guess this is like 180 colors or something. I don't know. It's a really good palette. The next palette I haven't played around with too much because it's kind of overwhelming in how many colors I get to play with. And this is overwhelming too, but there's a variety. With the next one, there is a variety, but it's my neutral palette. So there's so many neutral colors to play with. I'm just like, where do I begin? But it's a bunch of neutral colors. I think this one's like 120 or something, or 188, just like the other one, but it's all neutrals, and I love it. It's a nice big neutral palette. I haven't used it too much, but I do kind of want to save it for when I do more with makeup. I have a bunch of skin tones to work with, so I can have a bunch of colors for their neutral look. So I do like that. Next is my Red Ginger palette. I like the cover, it's really cute. This is also a neutral palette. I like neutrals. So you have a bunch of very pretty neutral shades in here, with some blacks to do the shading on top. I believe these are black. Yeah, you have a matte and shiny black at the top. It's a really pretty neutral palette. Next is my Crown brushes. I guess they make their own palettes too. So I got one of their palettes. Oh, as I knocked you guys over again. And it has a little bit of every color. I'm probably not going to use the red on the side and the yellow, so I'll probably use the 4 in the middle, but These all go together. I'll probably use the pinks, the greens, the blues definitely, and the neutrals. And the yellows over here, I might be able to mix with the neutrals, but we'll see. And this is from the Crown brushes. Or, I don't know if it's called Crown brushes like the company, or if it's just Crown. But that's the palette from them. Next is my e.l.f. palette that Oprah was like raving about. That was like 10 bucks. I got it a little while ago. This is what the front looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of this on the e.l.f. website. Now finally I can get it open. Now that e.l.f. logo has a mirror behind it, which is really nice, and two little brushes. And here's all the colors. A really pretty palette for 10 bucks. Can't beat it. And then lastly, this big thing is red ginger, I believe. And this is like a ridiculous amount of eyeshadows. So I'm just going to open up and show you. So you have the two shadows here, and you lift it up. Okay, and then you see all these. Well, this one, you lift up, there's more shadows under there. So this is more your reds and your neutral side. This is all your blues, and underneath you get a bunch of greens and blues. And then this middle one, it has pretty much like the rainbow colors. You have to kind of lift this one out. It has a bunch of neutrals in the bottom there too, so this has a lot of color. What's really good is that all three of these, if I can get this back in, all three of these lift out, so you can switch them around in the order that you want, or take out the bottom one if you don't use it, or take out the top one if you don't use it, and put something else in there. So it's a very versatile case and a lot of amazing colors. And I do want to point out these certain colors at the bottom here. They're just so interesting. You see how they're like baked and mixed? I thought that was a very interesting thing. I haven't seen too many eyeshadows that do that. So yeah, those are all my palettes. I think this and the two beauty books are my smallest palettes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep going through my whole collection. And then I don't know how many I'm going to do in a row, but I'm going to take a break, try to get some uploaded while everyone's out of the house, and get some cleaning done. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I forgot to add one thing, of course, is my Ulta palette that's in like a kit. This is how the top of the kit is. It's really cute. I shouldn't have gotten the white because it's going to stain easily, but I didn't like the other color. And you get all these eyeshadows at top. And this also pulls out to have some glosses and eyeshadows and brushes at the bottom. So now that's finally the last thing I have. So yeah, just leave comments down below. If you want to do swatches, try to save it to the last video. But if you don't think you're going to make the last video, you can leave it down below. Questions, concerns, subscribe, thumbs up, all that jazz. And I'm going to keep on making my series for you. So now you guys all have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Bye.